A cold air kit has always been a great way to add a little bit of style under the hood and some horsepower and torque to your Mustang. This is aFe's Momentum GT Cold Air Intake Kit fitting your 2015 through 2017 Mustang GT. Includes the Pro 5R filter, which is a 5-layer oiled filter, and then a Rotomoto tube and a sealed box. This will be a direct replacement for your factory intake, requires no tune, and aFe claims gains of 15 horsepower and 24 pound-feet of torque. For this installation, they did a 1/4-inch ratchet, 7mm socket, 8mm socket, 10mm socket, 11mm socket, 6-inch extension, adjustable wrench, and a T20 Torx bit. Begin the installation by removing our factory cold air intake. Now the first step to do that is to pop off this intake cover so we can access the clamps on the hose. Now we're going to disconnect all the hoses on the intake. Now, I'll point out a couple different things that are unique about this particular application. Now, if you have a 15 through mid 16, you'll actually have 4 connections here. If you have a later 16 or 17, you'll only have 3. Now, in our case though, this is the sound tube here. We did delete this in this car a while ago, so ours is already missing. If not though, it's just going to be a hose clamp and simple removal. The rest of these are just press fit. Over here in the box, pull a red tab to disconnect the mass air sensor. Make sure you also pull it off of the air box. And remove the bolt and fender. All right, now we can remove it from the throttle body and carefully remove the intake. That's all one assembly. From the original intake, we're going to use that bolt that we just removed, along with the mass air sensor, these 2 grommets, and the grommet here on the bottom. All right, now I'm going to do a little bit of relocating with the harness so our mass air sensor reaches. Start by popping this out over here, and this here as well. I'm going to move this just up here. It's only a little difference, but that'll give us enough slack to get this where it needs to go. We're going to prepare our aFe box for installation now. We're going to start by installing this plug here on the side. There's a tab on the top, make sure it lines up and sits flush. Take your factory grommet on the bottom here. Actually, put it back in the fender is even easier. Then install this in the opening right above it. Make sure that sits flush. Now I should mention at this point, this car has had a lot of cold air kits installed on it over the years. This should have a metal bushing inside. Ours is missing, but if you have the metal bushing, slide it in the opening from the top. We're gonna line this snorkel up with the factory piece down in here. And line everything up in the fender, reinstall the original bolt. Now you grab the largest clamp that's included, put it over this housing here, and install the filter. Once you have it seated, tighten this down. Grab the second clamp here for the filter, but don't tighten this yet. Just gonna leave that there for now. Okay, we're ready to prep the intake tube for installation. We'll start with a large fitting. Carefully thread this in. Small one above it. And another one here on the bottom. I'm just gonna use an adjustable wrench to tighten these down. You can just get them snug, you don't have to crank them. Now we're gonna take our stock sensor, line it up, press it in place, install with the supplied hardware. Don't try to use the original ones, they will not work. Again, get these just snug, don't crank too hard on them. And I'm gonna grab the silicone coupler. Put the logo up top here. And snug up the clamp. Okay, it's ready to go in the car. Okay, now we're gonna connect the intake tube to the filter and the throttle body. And now we can tighten the clamp at the throttle body. And then tighten the clamp right here at the filter. Now we're going to plug in all of our air fittings here. Now the last connection here would be your sound composer. Again, ours is deleted, so we're just going to install a plug. And the last step, reconnect your map sensor. Reinstall your intake cover and your installation's finished. Our aFe Momentum GT Cold Air kit looks a heck of a lot better under the hood than the stock piece does, and given aFe's reputation, I'm sure we'll see some power and torque as well. As far as the installation goes, figure about an hour or so, be back on the road in no time. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that video. Make sure you click on the CJ button so you subscribe for future videos, and click the corner up here for more videos for your Mustang.